Hello friends, I just wanted to make a quick video on how to make a bar graph in Excel. I am using specifically the desktop version. You can always start in the desktop version and then save that onto your OneDrive so that you have access to that no matter what device you are on. That is what I recommend doing. So, I'm working along with your practice Hand-Tron data tables and graph, the one that we went over in class, so please go ahead and pull that out now. You can work alongside with me and pause when you need to, so pull out this worksheet. I started out with already having the data inputted into Excel. Remember that we said that the independent variable, in this case it was the types of Starbucks drinks, the scientists were choosing. These are the 6 drinks you can choose as your favorite one. It goes on the left-hand side of the data table. Then we had our groups, numbers of girls who picked each drink as their favorite and numbers of boys. So I have all of the data input in Excel right now. If you need to pause and do that, go ahead and do so now. When you're ready to move forward, let's go. Okay, so first thing you need to do is highlight everything that you typed in, but don't highlight extra here on the right hand side or don't highlight more on the bottom. Just highlight what you need. Then we want to go to Insert, and you'll see these graphs up here. So remember that it's important that we need to decide which kind of graph we are using before we get started. When we put this data in last time that we worked, we decided that a double bar graph would represent this data the best. So up here we have our double bar graph. So if you click on that, you have a lot of options to choose from. Go ahead and just choose this first one, the 2D column. Okay, so it makes our data like this. Now you'll notice that it needs a title, it needs some axis labels, so we're going to go ahead and add those now. Now this is the part that will start to look different if you aren't in the desktop version. These buttons won't be in the same place, but if you want to work online, you should be able to find all of these options somewhere, but it just might look a little bit different than what I'm showing right now. So, if you're in the desktop version, you'll see this plus sign here, and then this has all of the chart elements that we can add. So right now it has the axes added. We also still need to add axis titles. So if I click that, then it brings it up so I can type them in here. And remember that our y-axis, which is the vertical axis, y touches the sky. In this case, we were measuring the number of people who liked each different kind of drink. So number of people would be an appropriate label axis for our y-axis in this case. Remember that if it's something that requires a unit, that you include the unit. So here I just said it was specifically the number of people. Now let's go ahead and label our x-axis. So vanilla bean frappuccino, pink drink, green tea, these are all different types of Starbucks drinks. Okay, and this is straight from the data table up here, types of Starbucks drinks. What else does this graph need? Well, it needs a comprehensive title. And remember that our graphs should not be in the form of a question, and they should not say chart or graph in them, but we have to be able to tell what the independent and the dependent variables are. Okay, so we need to be able to mention that we're counting numbers of people, specifically in this case boys and girls, and that we are talking about different types of Starbucks drinks. So an appropriate title would be something like boys and girls favorite Starbucks drinks. So we can tell exactly what's happening in this graph. Okay? Now go ahead and take a look and think of what else we need to change about this graph. I'm going to pause for a second to give you an idea. So we labeled the y-axis, we labeled the x-axis, we gave it a title. What does this graph need? If one thing that you noticed about this graph is that the key is down at the bottom, you would be correct in wanting to change that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back up here to our plus sign. let's change where our legend is. So it's already checked, but we need to go over here to the right to this little arrow. It's already on the bottom. We want to put it on the right-hand side. So we want to put it over here on the right-hand side. Let's see if we can do some more options to make this look a little bit better. Without overlapping the chart, yeah, that's what I want. I want the legend on the right, but I don't want the text to be like this. Maybe text options? Yeah. Middle center. Yes, I do want the text. Oh, this is the text for the graph. I want to change this text. Sorry, friends, I'm just taking a second because I don't like how small this made this graph. What if we just drag this down further? We can make our box bigger. There we go. Now we can see it easier. So I just wanted to make sure that we could see the graph as big as it should be so that all of the data is easy to tell. Okay? So we've got an x-axis label, we have our y-axis label, we have a title, we have a key which is needed because this is a double bar graph in the right place. There's one more thing that I would pick out that we need to change about this, and that would be the bar spacing. So it is good that we have spacing between the different groups being the different types of drinks. Our vanilla bean frappuccino, our pink drink, there should be spaces between those bars. But within our group, within our vanilla bean frappuccino group, the number of girls and the number of boys bars can touch. So if you click on one of them, it doesn't matter which one it is. And this is a right click. And you go down to Format Data Series. Format Data Series. Click on that. You'll see it brings up this little the right, and one of your options is series overlap. We want to bring that up to 0%. Oops, sorry. Yeah, 0%. You can see the bars are getting closer together. So if I bring it up to 0, now they are touching. Okay? And then of course you can always change the colors of your graph, of your bars. Let's go color. You can choose different patterns, or you can change different bars specifically. I think I like this one because right now it's the first day of fall and this one looks very fall colored. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me either in class. You can send me an email, you can come talk to me in homeroom. Remember that my homeroom link is the same as the class Zoom link. I hope that this was helpful for you. Actually, one last thing before I let you go. If you don't have this plus sign on yours, this chart elements plus sign, you can always see it up here on the right. Add chart element. This is the same exact thing. You just have to click into each one as this plus sign right here. Okay? I hope that this was helpful, and now go ahead and create the couple of graphs that I have assigned to you, and we will come together and make sure that they all look good. I want for you to feel comfortable making Excel graphs, so I want you to do it any number of times that you need to be able to do this without having the video playing on the side, because I will be asking you to submit graphs to me later this school year. So if you have any questions, again, please let me know. Thank you.